So what is that one big thing that happened in the Charter Act of 1813? The East India Company that enjoyed trade and monopoly for over 200 years, from almost 1600s all the way until 1813, the British government clipped their wings. The British government just ended or abolished the monopoly of the East India Company in almost every trading sector in India. They left them with the monopoly to trade in tea and to trade with China. So except for tea and trading with China, trading in all the commodities was thrown open to all British subjects. And moreover, this also lasted only till 1833. That's when the next Charter Act came out. So in 1833, the British government abolished the trade of the company altogether. So by 1833, what little power they had left was also gone. The Charter Act of 1813 also asserted the sovereignty of British Crown over companies' territories in India. That means the constitutional position of territories in India was explicitly defined for the first time. What I mean is that from the time of Pitt's India Act of 1784 up until Charter Act of 1813, the British government was just calling their territories British India possessions. And the terminology was not explicitly defined earlier. So there was no real constitutional position. But after Charter Act of 1813 that changed, so things were not vague or ambiguous anymore. It was established that whatever territories the East India Company had all this while, which was later called the British possession in India, now belonged to the British Crown officially. The Charter Act of 1813 also allowed the Christian missionaries to come to India, and it also provided for the spread of Western education amongst the inhabitants of British territories in India. So the British government had set aside 1 lakh rupees for the spread of Western education in native India. A point to be noted here is that though the entire budget of British India during that time was rupees 5 lakhs, the government had set aside 1 lakh rupees for the spread of Western education. That means they had set aside 2% of the GDP to just spread Western education. And it was the Charter Act of 1813 that led to Anglicization of the education system in India that we witness today. The Charter Act of 1813 also authorized the local governments in India to impose taxes on people. And if the people did not pay these taxes, the local government had the power to punish them. Pay attention, I'm not talking about the state government or the central government. The local government is your municipality or your local panchayat. And this law for the local government to be able to impose taxes and punish them for not paying up came through because of the Charter Act of 1813.